sus. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm not even gonna lie to my girl. I was definitely if you see me out with a girl and it's not business related and I didn't tell you about it, I'm trying to 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another episode of Jesus, your host, George Mora. And today I've got great guests back on the podcast. We've got Saad on the left side.
50% less chopped than from before. Keep the drip this time. You know, it was because it was Ramadan. I was being holy. I didn't have time for these worldly desires. Exactly, bro. But now we gotta look fucking good for the cash. You know what I'm fucking saying, bro? Keep the hype lane shit.
And then we got Neil coming back again.
What's going on? Proven Puff Pepper coming back again. Episode 4 now? I think I've been on this shit.
I don't know.
Man. I love it though. I love being on. It's great. I love talking shit.
And now you guys have met each other. Now you guys had like a few minutes to feel each other out.
Oh yeah, man. His energy is fucking unmatched, man. I don't know if I can keep up.
Yeah, bro. You're so energetic. But it's good. It's good though. You want that. You want the energy to keep going and keep flowing, right?
I got my cappuccino blast and my glass of water next to me, bro. Exactly. You talk shit about my so-called water to coffee ratio, bro. You do understand that you gotta have some water next to your coffee.
Well, I didn't even talk shit. I just didn't know that.
You don't get dehydrated, man.
You have to
have water before and after your coffee.
Don't drink your fucking coffee. How about that?
Same thing with tea, man.
I don't drink coffee. I don't even drink tea, bro. I just drink water, bro. Warm water.
Water's life. Water's life.
Right now I got fucking ice. All right. Anyways, today we want to hit on the topics that I think have been really slapping my TikTok FYP, bro, like a lot. And I've been really kind of almost obsessing over these fucking red pill guys and red pill like talk and shit like that. And their conversations, the way they talk to women, the way they talk about women. And you were saying earlier that you've watched them, right? So you understand them, but you guys both kind of like disagree with some of their viewpoints, I'm sure. I agree with some of their viewpoints as well. And they're very, very controversial, bro. Fresh and Fit podcast, extremely controversial. Andrew Tate, incredibly controversial, right? And these are like the headliners for Red Pill right now, right? Or am I missing anybody else?
You're missing Kevin Samuels.
Oh,
rest in
peace.
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels for putting women and men in check. Something that a lot of fucking people don't want to bring up, bro. Especially that famous clip where he's like, "So your dick is small." Yo, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Just say it.
But y'all don't want to talk about that though. Y'all don't want to. I mean, that's why we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And there's, I think, like before you continue, also the superheroes. I think that have come out, the superheroes that have come out to kind of put the red pill community in check. That are men, for example, like shout out Abba and Preach, shout out Sneeko, shout out Playback. Those guys have been putting those. Man, those.
Oh, and I never really seen that.
Check,
okay.
Bro.
Okay. Sheesh, crazy. What about you, bro?
Let's get it. What about me? What's up?
Oh well, sorry. I thought we were talking about Kevin. We talking about Kevin Samuels. Then we like moved. Then I was gonna be like R.I.P. You were gonna say R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. You were gonna say something,
awesome.
maybe some words.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shit, it sucks he passed away. I found out what the worst way. I was just scrolling and I saw he probably just passed away. And I'm like, I don't know if it's real or not, bro. You never know. But yeah, it sucks. Like I said, like you know.
Well, you don't know if it's real or not?
No. At the time.
Oh, at the time you didn't know.
When I
saw, I was like, yo, dude is definitely unfortunately.
What's going on here? Like, what the fuck? He was just on a cast like the day before, something like that. And he just passed away. That sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is, and you know he left the message, controversial or not, man. He still had shit to say, which is good.
I mean, I was watching a lot of his podcasts. I was watching the whole thing through and through, bro. He had it really well thought out, really well planned out. He had like very strict fundamentals that I was really trying to understand. And I think what he really provided for a lot of men is like balance or some kind of like structure for their life, right?
And setting boundaries.
Because
I feel like women are able to set boundaries for themselves. And there's this whole like, I feel like for the past like 5 to 6 years, it's always, for the past 5 to 6 years, it's always been like about like, you know, you're the prize, like as a woman, like, you know, you're the prize and you should have respect for yourself more. And like, you should have your own standards. But it's like, we were getting to a point like in Western culture where men weren't allowed to have their standards. And you kind of also have to blame like all these like women podcasts and women influencers that kind of allow these red pill people to exist, because what like every single correction is going to be an overcorrection, and they exist as a result of like all these women podcasters basically saying the same crazy shit that they're saying, but in favor of women instead of being in favor of men.
But do you think it was necessary? It was necessary so that we can get Kevin Samuels content so that we can get this rich content, because we have a nuanced understanding of how females are thinking and how males are thinking and how females feel just as much as how men feel, right? Because that was something that wasn't talked about as much, right? It's like men's feelings towards certain subjects. And if we try to look dominant, we'd be like ostracized or like looked down on, like you're being misogynistic, you're being a masochist. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we had no real way to defend ourselves because we didn't even understand what was going on. And this is kind of how I think a lot of men have felt as they were growing up. We see like the TVs and the movies, and it's like a lot of these guys who are misogynistic, a lot of guys who are dominant. And it's kind of like, no, don't be like that. Be soft. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself.
It's okay to be soft.
It's okay to be soft. It's okay to, it's okay to express your feelings. And it is, you know what I'm saying? But in a balanced, structured way where you're learning from it, you're not getting over emotional. And I think that's what Kevin Samuels really brought to his podcast, that kind of energy and that kind of structure for men. And he put a lot of women in check, and he also put men in check. And there was that one podcast that I watched where it was literally all about putting a man in check, and he had male callers. And he was like, yo, bro, like checking every single one of them, bro. He didn't give them no mercy just as much as he didn't give the women no mercy. And like, that's what I respected a lot about him. I'm like, bro, like this dude is not here to just go after females. Like he's here to put women in line just as much as he is there to put men in line, right? Now, obviously, his show attracted a lot of women because it was very controversial towards women. And that's what really got him blown up. So that's why I think he spoke a lot about women. And eventually, social media has this weird way of creating like this kind of almost like a third mentality or like a third character like in the background, and it was almost like they were like people were literally like women specifically were literally celebrating the fact that he died. Yeah, and that's dark. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit, that's man. Dark, and that's what is insane. And that came from the energy that he put out there, right? But so I get it. So I'm like, yo, I get it. Like, I can see their point of view, but like, is that right? Like, I don't think that's right, but it's what's gonna happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could start this podcast. Eventually, there's gonna be people celebrating my death, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I do anything that's worth changing somebody's life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do anything that's worth talking about, somebody's always gonna talk down on it, no matter what. You're always gonna have that,
bro. Haters
you're always gonna have that. You're always gonna have that. So. I don't know. But I do think it's just fucked up how women can really celebrate like all thing, and the most important thing is that a lot of these women never ever watch the full thing through before they criticize it. I think it's fair if you watch the full thing through and you can literally sit here and be like, yo, this is the point he made that I disagree on, and you have your own perspective. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? I can be like, yeah, of course you disagree with him. That makes a lot of sense. But when you're just like being so negative over something you don't fully understand, you look very ignorant and childish. You know what I'm saying? And social media is kind of like just propelling that. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, especially those like little bites they do. Like, people put like their edits and shit like that, where it's like he only says this one part or anything, something controversial, and there's no context behind it.
Exactly.
And so people just like, oh, fuck, he said XYZ. Exactly. Now I'm pissed.
But I'd be lying if I'd say I didn't watch those videos, because I definitely watch those videos all the way fucking through. You know what I'm saying? And I scatter through the fucking comments, and I'm like, yo, what are these people saying? Like, how are they thinking and shit like that? And like, I'm adding to that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what pushes the algorithm. That's what pushes the video to get more views and shit. So yeah, I want to ask you guys, how did you guys come across red pills? Like red pill men, like red pill, like the genre. That's like a fucking genre at this point, right?
At this point, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, I'll talk first. I mean, I was on here for my first cast. I was talking about like my breakup and shit. And so that kind of put me in check. I realized, yeah, I got to change some shit. Because I didn't want to do the same bullshit every time. Because, well, I don't want to be insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I came across Playing with Fire, and that's my guy.
Oh yeah, that's what
I love that dude. Yeah, check it out, man. It's too good. So from there, I was like, yeah, I'll watch this stuff. But
specifically, Fresh and Fit.
Nah, I never really got into them.
Never really got into that.
It was just maybe a little too out of
my
scope.
Or Andrew Tate.
No.
But you definitely don't fuck with them. You don't like them, or you're just turned off by them, or what? What's your opinion on it?
I never really like dove deep into the fucking content. So I never, I can't really give a good opinion on it.
Okay. Is there anything you've like heard that you just disagree with, or like a lot of it?
I think what was it? The dude from Fresh and Fit was saying like you gotta tune your girl, that way you love her, some shit like that.
You gotta cheat on her to know you love her.
Something like that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I've never heard that. That's fucking crazy.
Or something like that. I'm like, I don't really believe that shit.
I
But
mean, you could also know if you feel pain by crashing a car. You could do that too.
yeah,
Just go 120 on the highway and then kill yourself.
You might feel something.
What are your thoughts on the whole red pill? How did you come across it, bro?
Okay, so before I came
wanna hear
in
your
contact with red pill, because I feel like red pill is sort of like men empowerment. But my first taste of men empowerment.
You want me to Google it? That way we all know what like red pill is.
Well, I mean, red pill is basically like, you know, empower. It's. I mean, okay, so red pill is obviously it's talking about the reference is to the Matrix and like you eat the pill to get access to reality, right? And how things actually are versus a rejection of like feelings or like optics. Let's see how things really are. Ironically, the same people that say that are in their feelings and in their bag way too much. But we'll get into that.
So I think you nailed it because I Googled the definition of red pill and it says used to refer to a process by which person's perspective is dramatically transformed, introducing them to a new and typically disturbing understanding of the true nature of particular situations. I had no idea what horrors these animals suffered before getting to my plate. Then I too took the red pill and now I can never go back. Well, that was the example they gave.
Yeah.
So I think you pretty much nailed it. It's literally that. It's literally just like men. Like I said, what we were going over earlier, it's literally like us men, we were meant to see things a certain way or believe the certain thing. Like, yo, you cannot be masculine. You cannot be dominant. You cannot be overly aggressive. You cannot talk loud, things like that. And then you're like, okay, but is there certain situations where no, you just can't do that. And now we grow up believing that, yeah, no, we can't do that. And now with all these new creators, Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, now they're like, yo, you've swallowed the blue pill for a long time. Take this fucking red pill and see the truth. Open your eyes to the truth. That's essentially kind of an overall explanation of what red pill is. Like
I said earlier, every correction, there will be an overcorrection, right? Yeah. So, like I was saying before I got into what is considered red pill content, I was into men empowerment content through like Abba and Preach and Playback.
Okay.
Because they were a little bit more like muted. And they talked about like, you know, women's issues, men's issues, black issues, minority issues, and they were kind of more grounded in their like approach to things.
More humble.
And they're more humble. And they still are quote unquote controversial. But they were always grounded in like their reasoning and their way to navigate like their philosophies and why they believe the things they believe in. When it comes to actual red pill community, not so much. So my first introduction to that side was Fresh and Fit. And I'm not going to lie to you, for like the first couple months, I would watch them and they were like, I'm not going to say that their content is completely bad. Like they're obviously doing something right. And when they first started off, they definitely were doing a good job in basically showing men their worth. But it kind of went left field for me when they hit, I don't know how many subscribers they hit. I don't know which milestone it was exactly. I think it was like after Kevin Samuels did that famous like crossover podcast with them where they had like a lot of like women on stream. And then I started to notice a trend where first of all, with that podcast, like you're in Miami and they would talk in extremes. They would talk in a lot of extremes. And I would notice that the guests that they would have on that would represent women would just be a bunch of like idiots, like respectfully. It would be people that they know don't have the numbers. It would be people that they know are like, you know, sometimes drunk high or whatever. It would be people that, you know, they know aren't as
logically inept
as them. And when someone did come on that was educated and did try to check their shit, okay, but will you let me finish? Okay, but will you let me finish? Okay, but will you let me finish?
Yeah.
Defensive.
Yeah, and then Myron, I think that was the Pakistani guy that used to work for the FBI. He basically had this trend called Frank Castling girls. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, it was warranted because people would destroy his property and fuck up his set, or they would disrespect him. But there would be times where he would just take it to the next level and just kick people out that were presenting valid arguments to him. And it's like, bro, like this is your time to shine, right? You're right. You're the one that's saying that like men, you know, that men have been pushed down for like the past like 10 years or whatever. And we, you know, feminism, third wave feminism specifically, because there's distinctions between first, second, and third.
Wait, first, second, and third
there's
feminism?
First wave, second wave, and third wave.
We're gonna talk about this. You know about it?
Yeah.
All right, you can explain this.
So yeah, first, second, third wave feminism, and right now we're in third wave feminism. So that third wave feminism is not like beneficial to human society, but then you're saying crazy shit like, oh, you guys shouldn't get married, or like you said earlier, like you have to cheat. to know if you love your girl or not. Because when you cheat and if you don't feel anything, well, guess what? You don't actually love your girl. And,
is that what they said?
Yeah. So basically, like, if you cheat and you feel guilty, like, guess what? Now you actually love your girl, and now that proves that you're loyal. But is a girl allowed to cheat? No. Is this or that? Now, granted.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, granted, I'm not trying to say that. So I do agree with the sentiment that men and women, I mean, I don't know. I want to say this in like, not because I'm scared of what I want to say this
PC
accurately.
kind of way?
Not in PG. I don't believe in censoring myself.
Nice.
Men and women are not the same.
Yeah, they're not equal.
So
yeah, men and women are not equal.
Now, obviously, they deserve the same rights, but they just aren't the same. They're not wired the same. They are not biologically the same.
They are physically and biologically not the same compared to males. We're not equal in that way, but we are equal when it comes to human rights.
Exactly.
Civil rights, yeah.
Now, a lot of women will take that and conflate it, and obviously we understand that that's not what they mean, right?
Yeah.
But actually, that kind of is what they mean, though, because when you say stuff like, "Oh, I'm allowed to cheat, but she's not allowed to cheat. I'm allowed to post on Instagram, but she's not allowed to post on Instagram," and then he gives examples of, "Oh, would you leave a Lamborghini in a ghetto even if you da 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 da?" I'm like, bro, you're literally objectifying women by saying shit like that, and you're comparing them to objects.
Exactly. So, that was my biggest thing, is that he would keep going back to that argument when he was talking about Instagram, women being on Instagram are cheaters.
Yeah, like
he'd always compare them to a Lamborghini, and I'm like, okay, bro, but you're literally saying you're not a misogynist, and misogynists, they defined it as prejudice against women, but you're literally comparing them to cars, and that's the only. They have two examples, that example, and then they have another example.
And the lock and the key.
They have the lock and the key example.
I mean, again, like, and I'm not gonna say that all of them. Again, I'm not gonna say that men and women are equal. Obviously, we are different in a lot of ways, and those analogies hold some truth to them. But the way that they use those examples, it's like
they're trying to push an agenda.
Exactly. You see how me and you can kind of deconstruct it already. But the thing is with them, it's like they only let people that are dumb enough not to understand what's being said to them, girls that don't understand what's being said to them, and say that to their face. But when you actually get in front of a camera with Abba and Preach or any woman that's worth her salt or actually does research in this field or makes this type of content, guess what? You fall and you crumble and you look like an idiot in front of your fan base. And it's like, and that's when I kind of like mentally checked out from them, and I kind of just watched them only for the entertainment factor.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I think most people watch them now, is because they've kind of exposed themselves for the losers that they are. I mean, these are the same people that are saying, "Oh, you have to have like 10,000 women in your roster and don't lead with money," when his boy Fresh is literally leading with money and talking to the same girl that basically finessed him for bread before.
Wow, bro, so you really fucking know this community.
Dude,
that is crazy.
I know the whole shit. I know the whole shit. And then we could get into Andrew Tate too. Andrew Tate is a fucking wild ass man, bro.
All right, but so let's stick to fucking Fresh and Fit right now, because fucking damn, bro. I mean, no, we could jump into Andrew Tate too. All right, because I think we've said a lot about Fresh and Fit. I think just going back to the whole Instagram and cheating analogy.
Dude, actually, no. Before we even go any further, the biggest reason why I don't respect like these clowns, for lack of a better term, is these people. If we made this video 3-4 months ago, they were on a content ID killing spree. Right. Basically trying to take down. They tried to take down Abba and Preach. They tried to take down Playback, and they tried to take down a lot of their fellow Red Pill community members that were putting them in check, and not even wholeheartily disagreeing with them, just saying, "Hey guys, you're wrong about X, Y, and Z," exposing them for being the frauds that they are, for going against their own values that they preach on their own show. Yeah. And they were copyright striking other YouTubers. Now, if it was a separate corporation that was doing that, then granted, like, corporations are obviously like, they don't play by the same set of rules.
Yes.
But you, as a content creator, eating from the same plate that I'm eating from, and you're taking that away from me, bro, at that point, I don't respect you. I don't respect you as a content creator. You're a hypocrite. You don't even follow your own values. You're a fraud. You're fresh. Abba and Preach calls them fresh and fraud.
Fresh and fraud.
They're just frauds, bro. Fat and fraud, or some shit like that. Yeah. But whatever, bro.
But like I said, I think that I do still believe that men can go in there, not just get entertainment, but they can actually get value from that podcast. Yes, I think that if they over consume that podcast the way I have this past week, bro, you will look at women differently, bro.
Yes,
you will think that all these women act the same way as women that are on that podcast, but not all women are like that, and most women are not like that. They're literally in Miami And the way he gets women to be on the podcast is he hits them up through a sugar daddy app
You're
or like
going to clubs.
they're like
You're not
OnlyFans
getting
and
them.
shit.
You're not getting them from You're not going to colleges. You're not going to. You're
Yeah.
not vetting. You're not going on Instagram and fighting like women's rights activists or stuff. You're
Yeah.
literally getting 19, 20, 21-year-old girls, and they're coming after. They're going to your
They're
to your
club
studio
partiers and girls.
after right after they went to the club. You're serving drinks. Like, bro, how do you expect to have an intellectual conversation with these girls like right after you went to the club? Like, bro, I don't like. It's like, imagine if I wanted to have a debate with someone about something, and I brought kids to my crib and I gave them mics, and I'm just like absolutely obliterating them with every single point they make. That's essentially
Facts
what he
over
did.
feelings.
Well, yeah. And but as I said, I think there he can do that. He's justified to do that. I think it's important that he does do that because so that other women, because he is interviewing a certain niche of women, if you want to put it that way, right?
But he's making no. But let's make the distinction now. He is making it. He is not.
He's setting himself up to look right.
He's portraying them as all women, and a lot of times he got checked about this.
Yes.
They're like, bro, you're interviewing girls that are in Miami. They're here to party, and most of the time when girls go to Miami from out of state, it's like they're trying to cheat. They're not with their boyfriends. X, Y, and Z. Like, no, all women are the same. All women are the same. Bro, you're in Miami, going to girls in clubs and taking them to your studio. Like, those are the only type of girls you're gonna get on your podcast.
Yes.
You know what you're doing. You're not dumb. You're not dumb.
Man's went off.
Yo, he really going off on FNF, bro. He's like, yo, I consumed all of this shit. Now, but no, a lot of the things you're saying actually hold a lot of merit towards what them. And honestly, I would fucking love to talk to them or have them on or whatever and see what they have to say. I feel like they might push. I have seen a recent clip of them getting kicked off on another podcast with like an older couple or whatever, right? And they were like getting shit on, and I'm like, yo, like, bro. So sometimes like. I just feel like they make the same point and they can't get through like nuanced conversations, or they'll dismiss women by being like, oh, like you're being too emotional. And I'm like, no, she's making a great point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, men shouldn't do that. And I think that's what we can learn from that. And that's why when you watch something, it's so important for you to deconstruct it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just follow that like a Bible, bro.
Don't be a sheep.
Yeah, don't be a fucking sheep, bro. Please don't be a sheep. You can watch it all you want. You can support them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I support them. I love what they do. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're doing it in their own perspective, we can disagree. We can in a healthy way disagree with it, right? But they're hustling, bro. They're hustling. They are doing what they have to do. And at the end of the day, we have to open our minds to be like, yo, we cannot just trust everything they're saying at face value. We have to do our own research. We have to get our own perspective. Most importantly, we need to take what they're saying and apply things to the real world, see if they work and see if they don't work. Personal experience is the best experience. Right?
100%.
All right, now we can move on to Andrew Tate.
Oh, nah.
Andrew Tate, bro.
Yo, could you just
guy.
run through his credentials real quick on your Mac? Because he...
Yeah, what do you want to look up? Andrew Tate?
Because he actually is a high-value man,
He's a
quote
pimp.
unquote.
He's a pimp and a kickboxer, bro. I've seen his fights.
But not just any kickboxer.
A Romanian kickboxer?
Bro.
What?
It's like a third-time world champion or something like that within his...
So it says right here, Emery Andrew Tate III is a British-American kickboxer, commentator, and businessman. As a kickboxer, Tate is a 3-time ISKA world champion and infusion champion. Born in Washington, D.C. and moving to England at 4 years old, he fought out of Luton, England until his retirement. He's 35 years old, born in Washington, D.C. and is 6'3". What do you got to say about him?
He has a very interesting take on so today I saw a video from him where he was saying like men biologically will try because we are hardwired to be conquerors and because we are hardwired to be dominant. As a man, you will try to fuck every single thing that you deem at least a little bit attractive within your vicinity.
I agree with that.
And
Yep.
Oh yeah, but then
agree
he
with that.
basically said it's like okay,
But not all men. We can't say all men. We can say
Gotta have some standards.
men that are straight.
okay,
I
but
think.
from his perspective, I'm assuming that he's talking about the rule, not the exceptions, right? So
What do you mean?
with that,
Like-
so what most people like, most men are basically hardwired to be like dominant, to be assertive, to be just to dominate in their fields. I'm just saying like that's from his perspective, that's what he would say.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
So with that in mind, he was like, yeah, so we we should be allowed to have multiple partners and like do X, Y, and Z and da 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 da.
So which part do you agree with? Which part do you disagree with?
Do
you agree that men are hardwired to be dominant and to basically like?
So I agree with that, but then the conclusion that he draws from it is basically like, this is how we're hardwired, and that means this is how we should act. And he always talks about himself as being like a man of God or whatever, because like he's not necessarily like Christian. Actually, never mind. He is a Christian, and he identifies with Christian values, but he's not like full fledged. And he's also had like a lot of like, he has respect for like Jewish values and like monotheistic values, like Islamic values and stuff like that. And he also makes a point to say, for example, that he says that
he's well read. He's well read.
He is well read. I will admit that. And he says like, oh, if you look at all the conquerors, all the sultans, all the kings, they've all always had multiple partners, right? But
yes. Is that the part you disagree with?
So that is not historically the case a lot of the time. Now, but let's talk about and let's also talk about the biological argument, right, for a second. We're also biologically hardwired to. So he's basically talking about following his desires. Men are biologically wired to follow their desires, yes, but you also have to have discipline. And I saw a great video from Don. I don't know.
Discipline is a great word.
So there's a YouTuber. His name is Don, but I forgot his full name. He's a black gentleman that has a Korean wife or whatever. He said that, okay, you're making the biological argument. That's fine, but go the whole way. If I had a bunch of sweets and junk food in front of me right now, my desire is that I would want to consume it and I would want to eat it, right? But does that mean that I'll go through and actually do it? No, right?
Okay.
Even though it's there. So does that mean that if you have the option to basically fuck women that you should? No. And in fact, a matter of fact is that is not actually beneficial to you as a king or as a sultan. And he brought up his own examples of how, Napoleon was one of the rulers that after he divorced his wife or after he got a mistress, that was when the decline of whatever, I forgot if it's France or Italy, whatever he was the king of, started, because he didn't really have that insight. He didn't even have that rib. And he also brought up the example of like Kevin Hart.
Napoleon was a weak leader, though. He was strong at first, and he became weak, right?
But there was a correlation between when he started to have mistresses.
Yes.
And
he started
to concentrate more on women than on his actual goals.
Okay, and what I was gonna say is when he started to have mistresses, that when his downfall kind of commenced, or when he started to go on the decline.
Yes.
Okay, and then let's look at Genghis Khan, because I know Genghis Khan is notorious for like sleeping with a bunch of women. And like I've watched like the Marco Polo Netflix documentary. That's all I go on, so don't fucking judge me too hard there. But basically, like he was sleeping around, his wife knew or whatever, and that relationship worked beautifully, bro. And motherfucker was a ruler until inevitably you get taken down as a ruler. It just happens. If you're a ruler, if you're on top, somebody needs to take you down. If men are conquerors, that's the natural way things are gonna go about, right?
You bring up an interesting point. And I think that the point that these high value men are making is that, bro, if I'm a fucking billionaire and I'm a millionaire and I bring most of the value to the table in a relationship and you want me because I'm a top 1% man, which already implies that I'm top of the crop, then guess what? That means that you have to play by my rules. I don't have to play by yours. And if you don't want to play by my rules, I mean, you're free to do that, but just know that you're not on my level. I'm taking you and making you a part of my world, right? And that's kind of like, is that really an ethical way to look at a relationship? I don't think so. But then again, these people don't really
that's the way high value men approach a relationship.
Exactly. They don't really want relationships though. And I think they don't make it clear to like the average Joe that it's like, that's not how the average Joe is going to operate themselves. You know what I mean? Not every man is going to be a top 1% man. By definition, that isn't going to happen.
Okay, cool.
It's just that they're making the point that, and I think Kevin Samuels makes the same point as well, is that if you want like, you know, the whole example with, it's like, you know, when Kevin Samuels brings up the dress size and like the weight and all that stuff, it's like, it's not to put down women. It's to say like, yo, you
look at yourself,
look at the market. Why would someone that is top 1% take you out of all the other options that they have on the table? And that's a fair argument to make. But the way that they do it is kind of like very rough. It's very condescending.
Yeah, it is.
And it doesn't. I'm not saying that
it gets views.
Exactly. It doesn't
get engagement,
and it doesn't have to not be condescending. Sometimes you have to be condescending, but I think that they don't come out with the disclaimer that I think it would be important for them to come out with a disclaimer and say, hey guys, I'm not trying to have healthy relationships. I'm just trying to fuck as many bitches as possible. And if you want to be part of my world, well, guess what? I'm a top 1% man. I make X amount of money. I have everything that you want a man to have. So you have to sit down and shut the fuck up, or else go look for someone that you can actually build something productive with.
Would you guys
those aren't the people that you would look at if you want to have a productive relationship.
Would you guys want to be in that relationship though? Would you guys want to be in a relationship like that?
Fuck no.
No, you?
No.
So if you had a lot of money and you were in that position, would you want to be in that relationship?
I personally cannot have attraction to someone that looks up at me and doesn't look straight at me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to have someone that's on the same level as me or within the same ballpark intellectually.
Can you be with someone that's higher than you and you're looking up at them? That makes more money than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's look at the other way. Can you be with a woman that makes more money than you, that tells you what to do, you're following her lead, and you're the one in the backseat? Can you be with that?
I think the silence says it all.
No,
you gotta think about it. It's a really think kind of question, because I am not doing that. I'm sorry, that is not the relationship I want to have at all.
No.
I do not. The relationship I'm in now, there's a potential that at some point my girl will make more money than me, right? And then based on our communication and how we go about it, right, I'll be more willing and open to seeing what it is, but that's not really the relationship that I kind of desire. But it's not necessarily just about money. It depends on what the money attracts, how you start to change when you have the money. You know what I'm saying? Because when people get money, guess what? Their character changes. You know what I'm saying? Either they change their habits. If they're disciplined, maybe they'll start get less disciplined. Maybe they get too comfortable. Little things like that is what's really going to make an impact in a relationship. I feel very comfortable knowing that I'm the breadwinner. I'm leading. I know where we're going. I have a lot of the answers, and I want my woman to support me, and I want to support her in her endeavors as well. I don't want to restrict her. I don't want to control her, right? I want her to be open with me, but like, I don't want her to be over me, and I want her to know that she's with me, that I'm the one driving. I am the one in control, and I'm not trying to control her, but I'm trying to take control of situations. You understand the difference between that?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Like,
so you want her to be the nurturer, and you basically want to be
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's the way I see my relationship as right now. That's the way I'd like to keep our relationship. And if I were to ever get out of this relationship and pursue a new one, that's the same exact relationship
I like to would tell you that is an agreeable like position to have, but a third wave feminist would be like, oh, fuck you, like you think that you're above women. You think
and I'm assuming that the third wave feminist would also be comfortable with their man looking up at them instead of them looking down at their men.
But the thing is, like, now this is where Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate have a point. It's like they make a point to women. It's like, but you don't want to have a man like that.
Yes.
You, as a woman, most women are hardwired.
As a first feminist, they would prefer men like that. But a third wave feminist would not prefer men like that at all.
Or
am I right at that, or like no?
So you are partially correct, but they're kind of also in denial, because from the videos that I've seen is like they basically ask, like they would ask a lot of women that sort of hold the views of third wave feminists, and they'd be like, oh, you know, he has to pay the, like, I want to make money, but he has to pay the bills. He has to like, he has to be the big breadwinner of the house, and he has to spend his money, and he has to take me out, and he has to be the protector. He has to be and they come up with all this. It's like, wait a second, you want him to have all the responsibility, correct? Yes. So that basically means that you want him to be in control of the situations, correct? Because that's what it sounds like. It's like, no. But you just said, and they were like, okay, yes. Like, okay, so by definition, you want a man that is in control of most things, is in control of everything, because you want to be.
Is that a relationship? Is that a relationship you guys would want to be in, where you guys are in control, you guys are the one leading, and your woman is looking up above you? Because before you said you want equal. When I mean looking above, bro, I mean like we have kids, and this is how far I think into my relationship is, like, we have kids, right? And basically, like, maybe we disagree on something or whatever. At the end of the day, I put my foot down, and that's what's happening. That's what's happening at that moment in front of the kids. And then behind closed doors, we can talk about whatever. But there's a certain level of respect that needs to be had in front of my kids and in front of people. And she needs to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is definitely a control thing. It's definitely a, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where a woman looks up towards you. You know what I'm saying? Not all females are going to agree with that, and I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to be with a certain female. I know what I want. Like, I have standards just as much as females should have standards as well.
I think that's just common courtesy, where you don't want to be disrespected. You know?
Exactly. But how do you guys see that, or how do you guys see a relationship you want to be in?
I mean, the one I'm in with right now, I mean, she's not looking up at me. We're in equal, but like in certain situations, like
when it comes to money, who's making more money right now?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But,
would you feel more comfortable if she's making? Would you feel a little uncomfortable if she's making more money than you? I personally could say if my girl's making more money than me, I would start to feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe that is an insecure thing or whatever, and I can admit to that.
It could be taken like that.
You know,
that's the thing.
but and then I would have to deconstruct it further in the relationship. How do you feel, Si?
I'm just absorbing it.
You absorbing? All right, deal.
I think, I mean, I don't mind, right? But I mean, because at the end of the day, if it's in like a household, the house wins, right? You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, it's gonna hurt the male fragility, if you want to call it.
Okay,
that.
yeah.
It is gonna hurt
the male ego, the pride.
There you go, the ego,
the pride.
It
yes.
sucks. But just even admitting that's kind of like a big thing for people to even like hear or anything like that.
Because my thing is that, like, let's just say we had a friend, right?
Yeah.
We have a friend, and like we see that maybe like he's kind of getting taken advantage, or maybe we feel like he's getting taken advantage of. Maybe he doesn't see that he's getting taken advantage of, right? And it's okay if that's the relationship he wants to be in, right? And if he wants to be, you know, on the back pedal down, and his woman wants to look down on him, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's fine. That's the relationship you want. That's the relationship you've defined for yourself. It's something that you're okay with.
Can we define looking down?
Looking down,
like who,
like basically, it's like breadwinner.
For dinner?
It's like breadwinner, yeah.
Just, okay,
like money, like who's making more money. That's a good way to define looking down.
See, when you're saying that, I was actually thinking like when the woman's looking up, she's like looking at you for guidance or for like, let's say, what's the next step?
That's another thing. That's another thing too.
I'm not thinking monetary, but I mean, obviously it plays into it. But I'm thinking more like, what's the next step? You as the man, what are you gonna do next? Where are we going? What are we doing? Like, you know, what are we doing for dinner?
Yeah, I don't think it's just money. Right now, that's the first thing that pops in my head is literally just like monetary, like as opposed when you're like looking up and down.
I wouldn't inherently be insecure if I was married to or in a relationship with someone that was making more money than me, but I would have to compensate in other factors.
Okay.
That I
would feel more masculine.
That I would feel more
or more dominant, more masculine. Specifically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether that would be like building shit or you know, creating, I guess, like a smart home, or I would have to compensate in other fields to make that. To basically make it okay.
You see, yeah, I can agree with that. But you would definitely feel some type of way. We all agree that we would feel some type of way if a woman's making more money than us.
Yeah.
Or if we were in a relationship and she started to make more money than us. It would definitely hurt. I'm admitting it, bro. For sure it would hurt my pride a little bit. Cause I'm very naturally competitive. I know myself, bro. I'm super competitive and I always want to be up top, and I can be a control freak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like for all the women that are with me, they should know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hiding that shit at all. Like that is who I am.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to be with me, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. That's why I don't take relationships like lightly. Like I'm very, very constructive about it, methodical, and yeah,
absolutely,
exactly. Yeah,
as you should be. Honestly, some people don't. They just want to like, like this one time I was with this one girl and
talking about your friend.
No, I was with this.
You were with this girl?
Okay. Yeah, I was with this girl for the wrong reasons. So I just wanted to get laid, and so I got into a relationship for that. So that's why kind of when you were talking about how you're methodical about it, now kind of picking up on that as well. Yeah, with my current relationship. So absolutely.
Okay, facts. Anything else you gotta say about Andrew Tate, bro? Or we were talking about relationships, right? That's really what we're getting at. So like, what do you see like a healthy relationship being like? Like ideally, like how would you flex your dominance? Or how would you want to be dominant in a relationship?
I see marriage as an institution, like as a very strong institution.
Yeah, I see it as a business contract.
Hell yeah, especially with tax stuff.
That's the way I see it. And you're an accountant, so you fucking know that.
Absolutely,
I used to think that it was about love, and then now when you get older, like you start to realize that it's like it's not complete bullshit.
Well, let's talk about love. What is love, bro? How do you know you love somebody, bro? You know what I'm saying? What is love? Define it.
I always had this thing where we're like, when talking about marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just, okay, yeah, you do love someone, right? You like the idea of having them around and, you know, they're cool and all. You love having them. Then at what point does that love become tolerance? We're just like, okay, I can't get out of this. I don't want to get out of this. I'm comfortable where I'm at, and just tolerating that person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think like love is at that point. When you're like really deep, like 40, 50 years with the same person. Like,
and you're not asking yourself that question, you mean?
No, it's like when does it turn from love into like becoming tolerance? Where it's like I'm just tolerant at this point. I don't want to leave. I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Oh, okay. You know what I think so. I do
an inflection point. You know what I mean?
I do think that in relationships, what carries a healthy relationship is the way you guys argue with each other and the way you guys fight, right? Because if the fighting isn't like respectable and you guys can't get anywhere, you guys can't communicate, and you guys are just fighting over and over again, you guys aren't getting anywhere. You're creating a toxic environment for yourself. You're creating this toxic cycle that's going to go on over and over and over again. And that's essentially when you're building that tolerance, right? But if you can fight and you can be effective in the way you fight and you can grow from your fights with the partner you're with, right? Like with my girl, right? We disagree a lot on things, and then there's times where we'll argue, but we'll always fix it together, and we'll fix it with our words, and we will never like yell at each other or hit each other or anything like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, bro.
And we think about each other's feelings and how we're feeling, and when we got to take a little break, we'll take a little break, and then we'll talk about it. Even while we're in the car, we'll just be quiet for like 30 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit. So like that's how I can see myself not tolerating. If I ever feel like I have to tolerate her bullshit, like I'm going to be out. Honestly, I'm going to find a way to be out, and I'm going to tell her that shit. I'm going to be out. I'm not happy, right? I don't care if we fucking have a house. I don't care if we live together. That's why I'm also very, very, very iffy about who I'm moving in with, especially if it's a girl and if she's carrying my child, right? Because one, bro, you lose so much, like legally speaking, when you have a kid or when you get married, right? Like everything is towards her. Like everything is in her favor.
You carry all the risk.
Yeah, you carry all the risk. Yes, you carry all the risk.
There's this. I don't remember where I saw this. I don't know. It was like it came off as a meme or like a joke, but people like this. It's very thought provoking. People are saying the dude always has to propose, but what if we flip the tables? We lose everything in a marriage, right? If we don't get a prenup or a good, kind of fucking contract set up, we lose everything. Men don't have majority like the time. They don't keep their kids. They always lose it to the woman. Mm-hmm. So like, what if we switch that role? Like she has to like prove herself to us in that sense for us to be like, okay, yeah, let's stick with this girl.
Exactly.
Like that.
And the scariest part, I think that what you were kind of trying to say before that was, when does she change? Like the fucking Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You marry somebody that you're super in love with, and then 2 years down the line, hey, guess what? You were only with her for like 6 months or maybe like a few years or whatever, right? But then 2 years later, y'all are just arguing or whatever, and then she decides to make up a bunch of shit against you and then use all that shit against you in court, bro, and literally fucks your whole life, fucks your career, fucks with the entire character that you've built for yourself, right? Your entire reputation. It's all demolished because you couldn't choose a partner correctly. Like, that's the shit that really fucking scares me, bro. I'm gonna tell you. That's why, like, I always try to build on my relationship, and I see love as something that's built, right? Not something that I just see and I want. It's something that she has to show me with her actions. And she's with me because I've already proved and earned it, but I'm also always improving and learning with her. And like that's what I see love as being. Mm-hmm. And if we stop improving, then I'm going to stop loving you. And I'm going to find somebody else that I can love. Mm-hmm. Like that's just the way I see it. How do you feel, Saad? Man's taking all this in right now, bro.
Yeah.
Man's taking all this in, bro.
Absorbing.
I think you just proved with your conversation that you have to be friends with a woman before you love them.
Okay, shit. That was literally my next thing. And I don't think you have to be friends. And my next question was what I was gonna lead into is perfect segue, was basically, can men and women be friends? Or, should they be friends? Or can they be best friends or close friends? Because I think you can be friends with a woman, right? But I think you need to really define how friendly you are with her. You cannot, I don't think you can be close friends or best friends with a girl without wanting to fuck her. And if you put a male and a female, right, that are both heterosexual, you put their relationship on a long enough timeline, somebody's going to try to fuck each other. And 80% of the time, it's going to be a guy that tries to fuck the girl. Yay or nay?
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Step facts.
So that's why I'm like, you have to really, just as you have standards for your girlfriend, you have to have standards for the girls that you keep around. And what kind of friends are you making them, right? Like for me, like I'll talk to a woman, right? Like and we'll be friendly and cordial. Like we'll meet in social occasions around other people. That's cool or whatever, right? If it's business, for sure we can meet in person and we can text back and forth. It's business related and shit like that. But it's like, am I really texting you back and forth, asking you about your fucking feelings and shit like that, like every day or very often, and I'm not getting pussy, bro? Like, nah, bro, that's not happening.
I feel like that's sex for women, is having emotional access to them.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely is.
And you're taking time away from me to get my bag.
Exactly.
Taking time away from me to basically better myself, to become, a higher value person. Mm-hmm. And I've honestly been in that pitfall where I've basically been giving the the male equivalent of sex to a woman, where I gave her
attention.
Exactly.
And you give me too much attention,
Validation.
bro.
Bro, I used to have. Fuck, I don't know if I should get into this right now. I don't know.
Just don't say no names.
Speak your
Just
truth.
fucking keep it very
Speak your
fucking
truth.
very.
That's what
Just
I
keep
say.
it very, very, very.
There was basically a girl that would keep calling me, texting me, talking to me, whatever, and then I would
Friend zoning you.
No.
No.
But like, okay, not like, okay, but it's not.
Okay.
It wasn't like that. That's not what I'm complaining about.
Okay.
And I wasn't really friend zoned. It was more like, anytime she would have a problem, she would talk to me about it, and these text
How often
messages
would it
and
happen?
these FaceTime calls would like last into the AM, bro. They would last into like the 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever.
Okay. Is it her
And-
talking about some other guy that fucked her over?
No,
some
no,
bullshit?
no.
Nothing
It
like
would,
that.
it would just be about like, regular life shit or whatever. But and
Okay.
then, bro, oh my god,
And how
dude.
often was it?
I started, honestly, it's like, you ever like meet someone that is like pretty and you're like, damn, like how has no one gotten with you yet? And then they open their mouth and talk, and then you're just like, oh,
I see why. I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
So that was basically what happened with
Okay.
like me and this girl, and it's just like we were just talking or whatever, and then I just started to realize, like, there would be points in my
But isn't
day-
that friend zone though? She's your friend, right?
Yeah. Kind of sounds like it.
yeah,
And-
but
and
friend
was it-
zone,
were
friend
you-
zone
were you-
implies that it's like I was trying to get with her. I mean, I was, but
Okay.
that's besides the point.
And you guys both friends each other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either way, you friend zone. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
Yeah. Granted, things were a little bit more complicated than that, but
Okay.
I'm just saying the story to basically make the point that there would be, the whole point of the story is
Okay.
that there would be times where I would like be going to I was about to go to the gym, or I was about to go to sleep, or I was about to start schoolwork, or I was about to do, I was about to do life shit, bro. I was like 21 years old, 20 years old, trying to like get my fucking shit together, bro. And she would literally text me and be like, yo, you want to like FaceTime, you want to call, whatever. And she's like, fuck.
And you should be doing your shit, but instead you're talking to her.
And she sucked that shit out. Yo, pause. But she sucked that shit out of me, bro.
She sucked my self-improvement, bro. I can't improve anymore.
That's a clip.
Time out of me. That's a clip.
That's a clip.
But she clipped that shit.
She sucked me off by friend zoning me, bro.
She took all the time that I could spend on improving myself away from me. And it's like, now I get why people be like, yo, like, bro, don't concentrate on bitches when you're in college. Don't concentrate on bitches when you got some shit to do.
It's
And, like,
it's not don't concentrate. I think it should be more
it's
like
a side shit.
No,
Don't
yeah.
let it affect your day. Don't let it affect your
Yes.
money. Don't let it affect you. You have to accomplish all of that shit. But the thing is, at a young age, you're doing so much shit that you don't have time for bitches.
No. That cap.
Well-
Here's why cap. And he got the blue cap on. So he's definitely capping. No, here's why, bro. It's like, if you want a relationship, bro, you have to fucking pursue it, bro. And we went through the whole be persistent, not thirsty podcast too, right? And it's pretty much like, yo, it's not, you're in your 20s, bro. This is the prime time to be going after women and talking to women and trying to get to know them and failing and fucking up a lot and getting rejected 100 times if you have to, right? Till you get the social cues that they need, which is like being emotional and really understanding. And if you want to build a healthy relationship with someone, you have to take the time to build that. You have to find time. Now, how much time should you spend towards it? 10, no more than 20% of your fucking week, bro. However you structure your day, however you structure your schedule, it should not be more than 10 to 20%. All right. If you're really going to focus on a relationship, 20% of your fucking time should be spent towards that fucking relationship, building that relationship, right? Like, that's, if you want to break it down towards like numbers, like that's the best way I can see that happening. Because if you just choose to never pay attention towards women during your college years or during your hustle years, right? Guess what? You're not building any charisma. You're going to be a square.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Stuck
saying?
at home like that. Just
Yeah,
fucking getting your shit
you're
off.
all you're building is how to avoid women. That's all you're building.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I wouldn't say don't go out and talk to women during your college years. Definitely, well, for sure, focus on yourself, focus on your self-improvement, and then make time for play. You know what I'm saying? Make time to go talk to these females.
Yeah.
Make time to go slide in DMs. Because that's what I did.
Yep.
I structured my day first. I'm like, yo, this is the business shit that I gotta get done today. I gotta go to work. I gotta go work out. When I've done all these things, I'm gonna set a time throughout the day where I'm gonna DM females that I specifically think are worth my DM,
That's
bro.
fucking
You get what I'm
Are
saying?
you
For real, bro. I am.
because you're dressing
Networking
right?
101 for
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah. Are you
you-
ranch? Cause you dressing, bro. That was one of my lines. But yeah, and I always had like different ways as to like get their attention and shit. And that's the fun part of it's like a game to me, bro. It's like a game when you're trying to get their attention and it makes it so fun. And I know it's always great when you're first meeting somebody and you're vibing off each other, right? But the thing is to always start off with the intention of this is a man and woman thing, right? Like I am trying to get with you. I am not trying to be your fucking friend. Yeah. All right. You want to be fucking friends? Go find some other guy. Yeah. I am personally just not going to be your fucking friend. I'm not going to give you that kind of dedication, be FaceTiming you till the middle of the night. It's just not happening, bro. I don't care.
Do it with someone else, but not me.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's just the way I am. I know very well that not every guy should do that and does that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that that's the way I was able to build my relationship. That's the way I was able to build my business. That's the way I was able to do all the things I do now and structure my life that has helped me. So I know that from personal experience. It's not just something I'm saying. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I was in the same boat as you, man. I was getting like fucking FaceTime calls at like 4 or 5 in the morning, man. Dude. Mm-hmm. It sucked. I
was there too. We've all been there. That's the thing is you have to go through that to know.
That's true. And the worst part is like when I was going through that, I thought I was doing a good job. I was like, yo, bro, I'm getting her like TikTok all the time. I was texting
beta.
Yup. I was like, dude, beta. I'm like, dude, yo, I'm getting this. I'm gonna see her next week. I'm gonna take her out. Meanwhile, I paid for fucking everything.
So can men and women be friends? Like, can men and women that are both heterosexual be friends?
I think there's okay, bro. I think you'd be lying. Yo, I'm gonna say some wild shit right now, bro. I'm gonna say some wild shit right now.
That's a clip.
No. Let me relax.
That's the trailer.
Let me just say this. Okay. Let me just say this. Every single female that like I think there's a mutual understanding with every single girl that at least I meet. I talk to at like work, school, whatever. And if we talk for like an extended period of time about anything, like it's not like romantically, but just about like work and shit like that. I think there's a mutual understanding, at least subconsciously, on like I'm going to be treating you different from a man. And in the subconscious, there's always going to be that possibility of like sex or a relationship within. It's not going to be at the forefront of the conversation because we're not dogs. We're not fucking, you know what I mean? That's not all we're going to be fucking.
Like we can be civil. We can go outside and talk to women and we can have a civil conversation with them. And it doesn't have to be about me wanting to get your number and shit like that. Exactly. That's possible. And that's healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's healthy. It's healthy to look at relationships like that. My thing is just, like I said, too much attention. That's my issue. Is like, can men and women be close friends? Maybe they can be friends. You know, I agree that I think they can be friends. I have girls that are friends that I see every once in a while, you know, more than likely with my girl, definitely not without my girl, because like unless it's business related, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's business related.
That's an interesting point.
Because then it's sus, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm not even gonna lie to my girl. I was trying to fuck. I was definitely trying to fuck. If you see me out with a girl and it's not business related and I didn't tell you about it, I'm trying to fuck. That's just a fact. I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I'm saying?
But if you fuck her, you'll know if you love your girl or not.
Ooh.
That's a crazy point. But no, honestly, I think I've made the right decision. I know that like I don't want to pursue anything emotionally with another girl, because also being emotional with your girl, it takes, bro, I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm an emotional person, so it really takes a lot out of me to even be emotional with my girl. How the fuck am I gonna give that to some random girl? Like I just can't do that. I can't. So you know, so that's why I'm saying, like, if my girl does see me doing that with a girl, like I'm fucking cheating. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember the question. The whole question is, can men and women be close friends? I guess.
I mean, for me, I'm thinking yes, you can. Like a dude can be, but
close friends.
Not
close friends.
Maybe not close friends, but friends. Like okay, like I see
besties.
Fuck that. No.
So like, yes, no, yes, no.
If you're gay, maybe. No, if you're gay, yeah. If you're
no,
gay,
I'm saying heterosexual. Heterosexual, yes. Because obviously gay. If you're gay, you find men attractive.
No,
I'm saying.
If you're not sexually attractive to her, then you can.
Like even two heterosexual males cannot be best friends, like as well, because they want to fuck each other. It's the same logic. Two heterosexual males. Two homosexual males can't be close friends because they might want to fuck each other. The same way as a male and a female that are both heterosexual would at some point on a long enough timeline fuck each other, right? You put two homosexuals and they're both best friends in a long enough timeline, they're going to want to fuck each other, right? Eventually, right? Because guess what? When you're friends with somebody, you're opening up empathy, right? You're hearing their day. You're building this relationship. And the more intimate, the more time you spend into it, the more intimate it could become, right? And that's essentially you opening that door for that. And it's like, why are you... What I don't like about some men, and this is probably me too, right, is that sometimes we're so disingenuous with ourselves and what we actually want, and we're not willing to say what we want, right? Like we're willing to be friends with a girl and then not really admit that we do want to hook up with her, that we definitely do want to fuck. Or if we were really like, I'm sure we've all had a friend, a girl, right? That's our friend, right? And we are like, yo, we don't want to fuck. Like we found you attractive, but we don't want to fuck. And we have a conversation and we're talking all that shit. But at the end of the day, if at some point she was like, I want to suck your dick.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
On site.
Bro,
fucking
suck
sight.
that fucking dick. Like fucking deep throat that shit, right? But if I, at any point during that relationship, I'm just like, oh, hey, you want to fuck? She's going to be like, no, I don't see you that way, right?
It also depends how you position yourself. From
Exactly.
From like the rip. Once you meet somebody.
Exactly.
Once you meet somebody, you gotta be coming out with like, especially with the chick, you gotta be like super sexy, super confident shit. If not, you're gonna be like, oh, use a friend.
Is she gonna say no, or is she gonna be like, no?
Yeah, exactly. She's fucking be like, nah, I'm good,
What
bro.
are you saying?
Bro, please.
Yo, there was this whole bit.
My friend.
No, there was this whole bit. I think it was Andrew Schultz or or Bill Burr. It was like, bro, imagine if like you got with a girl and like what's it called? She like Me Too'd you or something like that. And a lawyer was reading her testimony like in court. It was like so the transcript said, hey, would you like to fuck? And the defendant says, no, stop, no, stop. I don't want to. Why are you doing this? It's like, that's not how she said it. That's not how she said it, bro. Yeah, that bit was funny. I probably butchered the shit out of that, but y'all can fucking go find it somewhere or whatever. No, I agree. I mean, I'm be honest with you, bro. Like, if I find a girl cute and like I'm cool with them, and we already established like what being cool with a girl like necessarily means, like I will tell them like, I've gotten to a point where, you know what, I'm okay with telling someone that I find them attractive. You know what I mean? And I think it's just easier to just put that on the table because
I think if your intention, if that's your intentions initially, you have to put that on the table.
Even if it's not my intention, because it kind of makes it clear, like in the beginning, like it kind of puts also pressure on her. You know what I mean? Like the pressure's kind of. Actually, you know what?
Exactly.
And it's like
everything is clear.
And
it's like you should.
Why do I want to lie, bro? Why would I want to lie about that?
Exactly.
If I find you cute and if you're cute and I vibe with you, then I vibe with you, whatever. And then wherever it goes, yes. And it doesn't have to. But there are some guys who just get trapped in the friend zone. That's how the friend zone happens, right? It's essentially you're like, oh yeah, I find you attractive. Then they're like, oh yeah, you know, I thought you were cute, and then you know you're just not pulling it. You're not laying down what you need to say, which is basically like keeping it man to woman. And then she throws you slowly in the friend zone because you're not able to be genuine. You don't have the courage enough to really state what you want, right? And then you've kind of lost it. And it's like, yo, listen, if she doesn't like you, that's fine. You know, let her go. You know what I'm saying? And then be genuine enough to pursue somebody else. Bro, like love at first sight doesn't really exist. There really is too many fish in the sea, bro.
There's so many fish in the sea, bro. True love at first sight is bullshit. Like that's
love at first sight is I posted this on my fucking story. Love at first sight is bullshit. It's lust at first sight.
Yeah. For men, because this is a crazy quote that I got from the Fresh and Fit podcast, right? It's men love what they see, women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and men lie. Did you get that, or did
that's fair? That's fair. That's a fair point to make. But regardless, it's like, what was the point that I was trying to make? It's like if you meet someone for the first time, how could you? You can't. Don't fucking cap to me and say that love at first sight exists, bro. If you fucking see someone like in the club or at work or anywhere, you physically look at them, bro. What else could you possibly see in them? The only sense you're using is see. You don't know what that person's about. You don't know their career. You don't know their history. You don't know them.
Because the person that says that has no standards. The only standard is physical. That's what love at first sight is, right? Romeo and Juliet, right? If you see that, they love each other at first sight, and all they've seen is physically from each other. And then they want to make up a narrative in their head that doesn't exist, and they kind of want to put it together, and it doesn't work. They both die at the end. That's why love at first sight is bullshit. Like that's the way I interpret it. And the greatest point that I want to make, because today, a movie that fucking came out, that's been killing the fucking theaters, right, is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. Or shall I say, beta male Strange, bro. We got beta male fucking Strange. And here's how I'm gonna tie in the whole beta male. Why is Doctor Strange a beta male in the fucking movie?
Marvel right now?
Oh no! Hey, I love the movie. Go watch the fucking movie. The movie is a great thing.
No spoilers.
But here's how it ties into can men and women be friends? And this is why I really asked this question. Not just the red pill shit.
Oh, I think I see where this is going.
Because Doctor Strange is friends with his ex, and in the movie he goes to the wedding, and you can see.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah,
You caught that, right?
yeah,
And you can see that he doesn't even have really the courage to speak up for himself and be like, yo, I want you and I want to be with you. I love you type shit.
Not true, bro.
What do you mean? In the movie that happened?
He literally tells her, like, in one of the dimensions that he was fucking in.
Yeah. What do you mean?
The end?
At the end, yes.
There's a scene where he goes...
And that's when he became kind of alpha male-ish, right? And that's when he had the darkness inside him. Okay, wait.
Actually, in the beginning of the movie, when
they're in the wedding,
remember when she had the conversation like, "Oh, you know, my husband like really loves you or what? Like he's a fan of you. Like, could you please?" Right before that, what did he tell her? He's like, "Yo, like, do you see like any way that this could have worked out or whatever?" She's like, "No, because you're always basically you're doing superhero shit.
Yeah,
bro. You might die one day, and I don't see."
He always has to be the one holding the knife.
There we go. Yeah,
he always has to be the one holding the knife, right? And at the end of the day, in every other dimension, even though he was holding the knife, he still got the girl. The reason why he didn't get the girl in that dimension was because he didn't have the balls to pursue her and say what he wanted. When he was at the wedding, he was uncomfortable. When he was watching them, he was crying because he's like, that should be my girl. Bro, but I didn't have the balls to say anything about it.
Oh, bro, so that you're saying if you were an alpha, he would be like, no. What the fuck?
No. If he would have been an alpha, he wouldn't even put himself in that fucking position in the first place.
From the rip.
Which means you shouldn't be fucking friends with a female. The only reason why he's there is because he's friends with his ex, which is a terrible idea. He's putting himself in a terrible position, a negative light. In the reality, if you really cared about her, let her go. There are other females to pursue. And at the end of the movie, he kind of realized
Why are you talking as if he was trying to fuck her?
He was definitely trying to fuck her. He was crying as he was watching them get married because he loved her internally. He just couldn't say it. That was the plot of the movie. Did you miss that? In every other dimension, he was with her, but he was not with her in this dimension.
No, he wasn't with her in any dimension.
He was with her in every dimension. Yes, he was.
At some point, but they're not together.
But he was also
and then they broke
his original.
And so they broke up in every dimension.
Yeah. They were kind of not destined.
They were never together, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Did I miss that whole plot point? Okay, cool. I definitely missed that whole plot. No. But the whole plot, my argument still stands though. Okay, even though maybe another dimension he didn't get them. All right, fuck it, whatever. My point is that he
Leezus
definitely
in the chat. Leezus.
Did he L's. No, but he definitely wanted to get with her. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
He wanted to be with her.
Chase like a
and remember, the whole point of this conversation, right, was basically can men and women be friends, right? And he's friends with his ex, and I'm making the argument that they cannot be close friends. And part of being a close friend is going to your friend's wedding, right? That's how you know you're a close friend. That's how you know you in the friend zone if you're going to this girl's wedding.
Going to your ex's wedding is crazy,
bro.
That's like a big smack.
That is beta male behavior. Yes or no?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna reserve yourself for that.
I was joking. I don't think. I mean.
No, make the argument, bro. If it's not, let me know why.
If she's your ass, bro, I'm out. That's it.
Exactly.
We're cutting ties.
So is that beta male behavior?
Yeah, I think so.
Going to your ex's marriage of what wedding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
and then her being.
If I'm at an ex's wedding, it's because like
we're friends, bro. We're close friends. I never want anything with you for sure.
I mean, we built a connection. We had conversations. It's like, bro, you've never had a mutual breakup before, bro. Like you've had mutual breakups.
Yes,
before.
bro. And you know what me and her are doing now?
Nothing.
We're not talking.
Yeah, exactly.
We can talk every once in a while, but I'm not going to her wedding, bro. Fuck out of here. What the fuck you mean?
Okay.
Oh, you want me to go to family fucking dinners and your wedding? No, bro. Fuck.
You break it off mutually in the moment, but after that, you're kind of done. Colorín colorado, we're done.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like so my whole point was basically that's why I called Doctor Strange beta male strange, because in the whole movie he was trying to find that he was kind of fighting like his sense of like beta male behavior, kind of like he wasn't taking control of the situations. He was kind of letting everything go. He thought that he was always right. In reality, he kind of needed to humble himself, and that humbleness represents strength, I think, in my opinion, right? And then you can go towards the Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch signs, which is the Scarlet Witch side, right? Which is the Wanda version, all that shit. And I didn't watch the whole other Netflix series or whatever, but from what I took from the movie was that she's very emotional, like an emotionally driven person, that the point where she's essentially delusional. She's so emotional that she creates a narrative in her head about having kids, and she's disillusioned into thinking that those are actually her kids. Even though they do exist in the multiverse, and even though she was right about Doctor Strange being holding double standards, right? That's why I was like, yo, like she's kind of justified throughout the movie. I like agreed with her shit. But I was like, yo, at the end of the movie, guess what? She humbles herself, right? she's like, yo, like this is not the vision that I wanted. I was being too overly emotional, and Doctor Strange had to essentially accept the dark side about the book or whatever he had inside him or whatever. Yeah. And he was essentially like, and then he told the girl how he actually feels about her, and that's how he was able to redeem his character at the end of the movie.
But he didn't say it to the chick in his universe. That's the thing.
I mean, there's no point.
There's no point. Yeah.
He let it go.
Yeah.
He let it go. I think that's what he kind of did in the movie.
Baddest bitch at the end, bro. It doesn't matter. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
But did you see how that tied in? Did that make sense, or was that completely off?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
What do you think?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
What?
Give me some feedback. Did you think I was so off with what I was saying about Beta Male Strange, or
I honestly feel like it's a stretch.
I'm reaching? It's a stretch?
I feel like you're reaching heavy. You're reaching heavy.
Okay. What did you guys get from the movie? I now want to know, because that's really what I got. Because maybe I've been watching too much fucking Fresh and Fit. I've been watching too much Andrew Tate.
You have, bro.
That I literally watched that movie, and that's what I grasped from it, because that's all I've been consuming.
Bro, you acting too much like an alpha right now, bro. You got a bunch of like sigmas and betas next to you, man. You gotta relax, bro. I'm not used to being within your presence,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not used to like hanging around with Giga Chads.
You're cowering over me right now, man. I'm looking up at you.
All right. So what you think of the movie? What did you get from the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Everybody liked it here?
Yeah, I liked that. It was pretty good. Cinematography.
Because I heard it was like it got mixed reviews.
I think.
Okay.
So before this movie was revealed, it was said that it was going to be the scariest, most horrific Marvel movie in the entire MCU. And I was
within
very
parameters. Yeah, within parameters, within PG-13.
Okay, so now when they no, it was said at first that it was going to be rated R. Then they said 6 months before release, it's going to be PG-13. When they said that shit, I was like, bro, that's it. We're done. We're not gonna get any. We're not gonna get any good scenes. It's gonna be Disney-ified. Like, we're fucked. We're screwed. This is by far the most, or I would say at least except next to maybe Infinity War for obvious reasons, the second most like gruesome Marvel film. And the way that they crafted it to make it like so gruesome,
like horror,
but still maintain
horror related,
not just horror, but also like gruesome, bro. Like, bro,
a
bitch got cut in half,
yes,
son.
I was gonna say that.
Spoiler.
Bro, go watch.
No, it's not spoilers. That's not spoilers, because we didn't say who. We just said a bitch got cut in half.
Exactly, a bitch got fucking cut in half.
That shit was tough. When I saw that shit, bro.
They revealed my man's. Bro, come on, bro. You're gonna release this shit like.
I was gonna say, just say whatever you want to say. I don't care.
Go watch the fucking movie, bro. My boy John Krasinski gets revealed in the MCU as Mr. Fantastic, and then he gets.
My cousin was raving over that,
bro. And he gets party city'd within the first 10 minutes of him getting into the MCU.
Everyone,
that is insane.
You know what's so funny? I was literally looking at my cousin and telling him, bro, what if this girl, can't she just stretch him and rip him apart? And that's exactly what
my man's got fucking staples shredded like right in the first 10 minutes of him getting revealed in the MCU. Like, that is fucking crazy. That is Game of Thrones level, like, fuck you, you're dying.
Yes.
Like, that this movie was insane cinematography wise. Now, what I want as a Marvel fan is I hope and I pray and I wish that when they come out with the Blu-ray, they come out with an R-rated cut.
Oh yeah, with the rainy
bro
cut.
That shit would sell out so fucking quick. And they should do us
like
justice,
Deadpool.
bro. Like, we deserve it, huh?
Like Deadpool.
Like Deadpool, yes, but like I want to see, like I don't want to see Captain Carter get. The way that they did it, bro, I felt her getting sliced in half.
Yeah.
But imagine if that shit,
you can actually see
fucking saw her fucking legs like come out and shit, bro. That shit would be
like when this guy's head exploded.
Son.
Oh yeah, with Deadbolt, fucking. Oh,
I was like, that was the most gruesome thing I've ever seen.
That shit reminded me of The Boys from Amazon.
Oh my god! I saw the first. I only seen the first episode. I've only seen the first 10
minutes.
Boys
is crazy, bro.
I've only seen the first 10
minutes. Boys
is
a really good show.
That shit is fucking crazy. All right, moving on from the whole close friends, can men and women be friends discussion, right? All right. There's something that I found out about Elon Musk that ties him into this whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial that I didn't fucking know, that I just found out. Okay.
Oh, she fucking right.
That's his ex. Amber Heard is Elon Musk's ex.
They said that they wanted him to testify, but then it ended up not happening.
So the reason why they wanted him to testify was because there are leaked messages that Johnny Depp has and has put forth in court that you can go see. It's timestamped text message between her and Elon Musk. And basically, while she was separated from Johnny Depp, but trying to reconcile their relationship, Elon Musk was texting her, bro. Sliding in the DMs,
Shoot
bro.
or shoot. That's all I gotta
He
say.
was shooting, bro. He was shooting, and he was like, "Yo, like, are you okay? I heard a lot of things about."
He doesn't just shoot rockets.
Yeah, he was like, "You know how I feel about you," type shit. Like all in the text messages, like, "Yo, you want 24/7 protection? Like, I got you. Like, shorty, like, come here." She's like, "No." She's like, "You know exactly why I'm mad at you." She's like, "If you want to talk to me about it, you can call me." Yeah, bro. I swear to God.
He's making rockets.
Bro, he's making.
He got no time.
No. He wanted to see her. He's asking to see her.
He took the alpha's advice, bro. 10% of his day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm telling you,
He got
bro.
24 hours, like only two hours.
Bro, I think like Elon Musk.
Yo,
all
I
right,
think
give
he
me
has-
credit,
No, I mean, if I was that rich, bro, I would hire someone full time to look for bitches for me.
bro. But Amber Heard, bro, like Elon Musk is really trying to go for the most toxic fucking female, bro. This was in 2016.
That's
bro.
a throwaway
This was
bitch,
2016, bro.
You thinking like he's trying to get into a whole ass relationship? That's a throwaway bitch.
Bro. No, he got with her. They were in a relationship together, in a serious relationship. They broke up and then they got back together, and he was simping over her, bro. He was straight simping over her. He was beta mailing over her, bro. So it was beta male Strange, and we got beta male Musk. All right, in 2016 though, not now. You know, now man's creating fucking rockets. And I guess he's been doing that, but
Yeah.
He's going to Mars.
but yo, I didn't know about these leaked text messages, and that's why they kind of wanted him to testify in trial to be like, yo, did you fuck Amber Heard? Yes or no?
Bro, it's just crazy to me how like she like they're in this trial, right? And she has the dumbest lawyers, and she just progressively making herself look more and more and more and more and more shittier as the weeks go by. Like you saw the clip where the lawyer was like, "I object," and like, bro, you're objecting to your own shit that you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hearsay, object, hearsay,
Like, bro,
object,
you just-
hearsay,
you
object,
just
hearsay.
spoke,
Yeah,
so are you?
yeah. I saw lawyers talk about it, and they're like, it happens sometimes, and it's just like a little slip up or whatever. And it's like they have to do that. They want to trip. They're doing everything that they possibly can, which is literally just objecting and hearsay to trip up the person from what they're saying.
Yeah.
So that's why they're objecting like that.
I feel like we're not gonna bring anything new into this conversation because it's like it's just been talked about in so many different angles and deconstructed in so many different ways.
Did you see the video of on TikTok? They made a video that every time she was like going on the napkin, like she was doing like a nasal spray Coke or some shit. Like the way she was doing it, bro. She had like she looked like they made a point that like she literally goes like this. You like see her sniffing like that, bro. I don't know who fucking is crying, blows their nose, and then like this, bro. Like they're doing Coke, and then if you've ever done Coke, you get something called the drip.
Yeah, of course, I know from
drip is?
experience.
From experience, definitely does know for sure. Not blue, not fucking capping at all, bro. But there's something called a drip where you get like a little like almost like a if you've ever been sick enough.
This I already know.
Do you really know?
Yes.
Do you know, Neil?
No.
So you get something called Coke jar. I never had that.
Fucking beta.
And then you get something called like fucking drip, right? And you can literally see her like kind of like swallow like she's doing Coke or whatever. And somebody put this video together that was I was like, bro, like damn, bro, like that's convincing, bro. Like it looks like she really did do Coke. I don't know. I don't fucking know, but she looks like she did Coke.
Okay,
while
but
she
do
was
we
on the
really
stand.
care though? Does anyone really care? Like
No, but I just thought that was crazy. I just wanted to share that.
That was crazy.
I thought that was crazy.
I'm just thankful.
Did you watch it at all?
Bro, I honestly watch clips and shit, but I really don't care. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful as a man. And I feel like in 10 years, a heterosexual man is gonna be a minority in the world. So
Hell no.
no, I'm joking.
We
I'm
run the
joking.
world, bro. There's no way. We're
Yo.
already on top.
Are you trying to get canceled?
Hell no. That's a fact. That's a fact. Who runs the world? Is it a male or a female?
No. He's saying
It's a heterosexual male. So how are we going to be
Beyonce
a
would say
minority in the next 5 years if we're running the fucking world? What?
She said girls running the world when you actually look at all the list of presidents and prime ministers. It's
Yo,
like
if
0.6%.
I'm not against a woman running the country either, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
of course.
I guarantee you that when there is a woman that's elected to the country, she's going to have a masculine frame.
Yeah, of course. She has to.
You know, that's what I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think both men and women can become presidents and they can rule the world, right? It's just like, are you a masculine frame? Because that's the person that I trust to lead us in the battle, to represent us or whatever the fuck.
I disagree, bro.
Even though nobody can really do
I
that fucking
disagree.
job.
Or at least someone that can
Okay.
hold the frame.
I
you know what
think that boobs are a great distraction to our enemies. No, but
Okay,
seriously,
bro.
like I was saying before, I honestly I'm just thankful of like all the shit that's going on with Johnny Depp and what happened with Will Smith is just happening right now because it's bringing to light like all the bullshit that as a gender like we've had to deal with. And it's only coming to light right now.
And let's be honest, it's not much. I feel like all the shit that we're talking about right now, right? It's like, it's good to just set standards for ourselves. But the whole Amber Heard, the whole Will Smith shit, it's like, that's been happening all over the world. I just think that since people are paying attention to it, it's really what most men are just feeling. And like, it's just not talked about enough. And now it's a great time to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And to express ourselves and exactly how we really see it affecting us. Because I do think that on TikTok, I see a lot of younger males that lack direction. And they just want to have that a certain kind of direction, whether it's FNF, whether it's Andrew Tate. At the end of the day, they should be consuming all these medias and making their own opinions on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I bring this conversation to you guys, because we can disagree all fucking day, and that's great. And I want people to see that we can have a healthy relationship. Disagree, and at the end of the day, I'm never married to my fucking ideas. I'm always changing them. I'm always trying to get new insights. I'm always trying to see different. I'm always trying to test them. That's why I like my shit's Jesus. It's controversial. You know what I'm saying? I like talking about that controversial shit. And if I say something that gets me fucking canceled, yo, fuck it. That's why I'm doing this shit, bro.
Get that shit over with, bro. Yeah, just get canceled first, and who cares?
Who cares, bro? I'll be on fucking. I'll be on RedTube tomorrow, bro. Don't worry.
Hey, yo, pause.
Fast forward.
Fast forward.
Fucking pause.
All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on? We cover everything.
I think so. Yeah.
Hold up. Should I hit y'all with something else?
Bro, didn't you say we're gonna talk about anime?
No, I said my boy that he loves anime. Damn. What are we gonna talk about anime right now, bro? I just started watching Attack on Titan again. I had like 5 minutes. You watch anime? You fuck with anime? No. I'm sorry, bro.
You're giving bozo.
I'm chilling.
Hold on. What else?
Titan does look good though. I do want to give that one
Attack
shot.
on Titan is one of the best pieces of media period that I have ever watched. You could choose if you want to like leave this in or not. Attack on Titan is such a like the reason why it resonates with me specifically. Like, yo, if you don't mind me asking, what ethnicity are you?
Peruvian. I'm Hispanic.
You're Peruvian. Okay, so I don't think there's gonna be like a crossover. What ethnicity are you?
Ecuadorian.
Okay, I don't think there's gonna be too much of a crossover. But okay, so me personally, you already know I'm Palestinian, right? Mm-hmm. So Attack on Titan, Code Geass, most importantly, but Attack on Titan changed my entire perspective on like the world.
Oh really? Like, Attack on Titan?
Bro. You on season 3 right now?
All right, do you know anything about Attack on Titan?
No, he doesn't watch anime.
So can I give just a quick synopsis on what I remember? It's basically just a bunch of giants called, what are they called?
Titans.
Oh, they're just called Titans. They don't have like a weird name for it, or maybe they had the Japanese name when I was listening to it. Is it Titans?
But but you wouldn't know because you watch your anime in fucking dub.
No. I watch it. I watch it subbed, but then I decided now that I'm older, because I think I watched Attack on Titan like 3 years ago or whatever. I used to be on the train watching the sub chicks. I had the time to sit there and fucking watch it. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm a busy fucking man
20%.
And I'm doing shit and I'm giving 5% to Attack on Titan. I'm listening to it because I can't fucking sit there and watch it. And also my attention span is fucked. All right. But that being said, it's about like giants taking over a city, and these people in this community, there's like layers inside the city, and they're just trying to survive, right? And they're trying to fight the Titans. They're trying to figure out how these Titans came about and how they can survive, right?
Every season, this show becomes a completely new show.
How many seasons are there? Because I know One Piece got like 100,000.
No.
And it's over?
See, that's what I get tight when people talk about anime. It's like, oh my God, it's 10 million episodes. First of all.
First, just that One Piece.
Bring the cap off because you say I be capping all the time. First of all, especially girls, when they be saying this shit, they can be tight because they be watching like 90 Day Fiancé.
My girl hates animes. Like She's just bro, I don't like that cartoon shit. Oh my God,
it's so long. Like, first of all, y'all love long shit.
And it's 20-minute episodes.
Second of all, each episode is 20 minutes. So compared to regular American TV, you have to multiply. You have to take a American show and multiply it by 3, and then that's how much it would be like in anime terms. So it's like every 3 episodes of anime is equivalent to 1 episode of a regular ass TV show. Mm-hmm. Second, and also One Piece is the second longest anime running of all time. So it's not really a good comparison. There's so much shit out there that's like under 100 episodos that you could watch, and he actually has a whole episode on. Bro, I
have a whole clip that I'm post tomorrow.
I be converting people to anime, bro.
You really?
Listen, you see this shit? This is my religion. My religion, bro. I fucking love this shit so much. But like I was saying before, like I fucking love Attack on Titan so much, and it has literally changed my perspective on like
on society,
like as a as a Palestinian, like with with Israelis and stuff like that, with Zionism, which y'all need to do the research on the ideologies and shit like that. Also rest in peace Shireen Abu Akleh. She was basically a journalist that was killed by Israeli forces. But that's like besides the point. It's like it gives you perspective on why as a race we go to war, and the everlasting cycle of like warfare, and how to break how to break that cycle. And not even how to break that cycle. It's just like we are responsible for our own shit, and like the sins of our forefathers, and like what we're going to bring on like the next generations. And it gives you like bro, I can't wait for you to fucking finish the show, because I want to talk to you about it so fucking badly. But anybody that doesn't even watch anime, like, you need to fucking watch it, and don't be disrespectful. Fucking watch the shit in sub. Don't watch that shit in dubbed, bro. Don't watch the shit in dubbed.
Why?
Did you watch like bro? I didn't watch Money Heist. I watched La Casa de Papel.
I watched Death Note subbed. I've watched everything I watch is subbed, and then I'll watch dubbed.
The point is, bro, is like the voice acting in Japanese, bro, is just way more emotional. It's just way more contextual. It's like it's just like to get the feeling, like you have to listen to it in Japanese.
Yeah, dubbed is sometimes off, honestly.
Dubbed you
have to get used to it, and sub that definitely do feel that. You're right,
that when you watch it dubbed, that's when I feel like I'm watching a cartoon. Like that's when I feel like I'm watching like some
quick question though. And this is actually another thing that I want to bring up, and this would tie into the whole red pill shit, is basically like, do you feel like, because I've seen a lot of the anime people that consume a lot of anime, and it is a lot of episodes, it's a lot of time, right? And it's such an emotional show that a lot of these guys that watch it, or a lot of these younger kids that watch it, they become almost like so empathetic and so kind of like emotional that it kind of makes them sensitive. Do you feel that? And the craziest thing is that when I watch them, I see strong messages. Sensitive. I see very strong messages. But I think people that over consume anime can kind of put themselves in a bubble where they kind of do become like a little just sensitive. Like they become too emotional towards things. Because it's such a heavy, impactful,
bro,
emotional
define
show.
emotional.
Emotional is like you're leading with your emotions. You're not being logical anymore.
Okay. Like
a person that consumes way too much anime, only anime, and like basically they're just like so emotional. I don't know how to explain it.
If I were to say I hate Attack on Titan and I gave it a shot, I just hated it. Mm-hmm. Some people might get triggered off of that. Maybe not you, maybe not some other.
But
person,
but
not even just triggered. I feel like it carries over in their life. Like people okay, I get what you're saying. Like it attacks them as the person, rather than the show itself.
The actual show itself.
Yeah. Like I like metal. Some people don't like it, and I can distinguish between them saying, just screaming people, like people screaming.
So it's like, are you an angry person? Like if you only consume metal, like you're most likely, are you going to be more of an aggressive person?
Yeah, but if metal is the whole thing about if metal is your whole character or your whole personality, if 90 Day Fiancé is your whole personality, if fucking Euphoria is your whole personality, if Anime is your whole personality, then of course you're going to feel attacked.
Yeah. So or if any, no, what I'm thinking is you're gonna take the feelings or the messages from that show and you're gonna apply them to your life. So if a person that consumes a lot of anime, like specifically like Hunter x Hunter, because you guys all kind of have the same routine, and I guarantee you when I post this clip tomorrow, you're gonna see a lot of the guys that have literally watched it in that exact order that you stated in, because I've seen it kind of like that in that order too, right? That's why I feel like it's so like relatable, right? It's so relatable. I do see like a disparity where like there are like just a lot of guys that watch anime can be like a little overly emotional and sensitive, and like they lack essentially kind of like leadership, if you get what I'm saying. Like I just kind of I see that in the community a little bit.
I just don't understand what the fuck you're talking
about. You don't see that at all.
Super stands.
Maybe I'm reaching out
like generalizing with like a small group of people.
But what do you mean? Like they don't have leadership skills? They're just like sensitive. They lash out.
Not all. I'm saying.
The people that don't like I just don't understand how those people are different from stans. You're basically talking about stans. You're talking about like K-pop, like any fan base has
maybe like stans. Yeah, I agree.
But I don't get but you now. What's the distinction between anime stans and like other stans? Because
no, it's not other stans. It's not a distinction between them. I think anybody that's a stan is gonna essentially take the messages from what they're seeing, from what they're only like. It's like me, for example, right? Like a red pill stan, right? You can say this week I'm a red pill stan, right? And now I'm going. And I'm maybe being even too aggressive in my life. Maybe I'm being like too controlling. Maybe I'm taking these messages a little too seriously.
Alpha.
Yeah, I'm coming off a little like too fucking alpha. I'm too aggressive.
There's no such thing as too alpha.
Well, right.
Fucking look at me. Wait, does anyone have sunglasses? No, you don't. Fucking look at me. That's my Andrew Tate accent.
But you don't got
Or an
Bugatti.
alpha.
You don't got fucking Bugatti. If you don't got Bugatti, you ain't a man. Don't talk to me. You
Get on my
bitches.
fucking level. 3-time kickboxing champion. Okay? I'm running the fucking world. Look at me. I'm running the fucking world.
I'm driving a Bugatti and you're watching anime. All right? Beta male bitches.
I'm tired of these fucking Sigmas. These fucking Sigmas.
I don't know. Maybe you know. Maybe I'd have to do a little more research on that. Maybe I am grasping at straws. I do think I am right now.
No.
I do think I am kind of grasping at straws.
To your point.
That's why it's more of a question. It's more of like me really kind of questioning.
I just want you to understand like why anime is like.
I love anime.
It's life changing for so many people. It's just like, first of all, I just feel like Japanese people know how to write stories way better than Americans do. And I like anime is one of those like outlets where like, first of all, anime a lot of the time, not
like,
all the time.
Wouldn't they call these people nerds? Wouldn't these call like a lot of people like anime like nerds, like beta males type shit, right?
They still are, but now like respectfully, you see a lot like you see the crossover into like pop culture. Like I was growing up at a time like when I was in high school when people that were popular like didn't want to kind of admit that they were watching anime, and I was one of those kids in high school that would kind of like was cool with everybody. Yeah. And I would hang out with everybody, and like I would unapologetically be like I would always come in with the fucking graphic Goku t-shirts and the fucking Itachi t-shirts and shit like that. So I fuck with it heavy.
To reframe the question, right? I think this is the question I really wanted to ask. So I'm backpedaling a little bit. It's pretty much, do you think there's an association with men who consume a lot of anime and like beta males and like nerd characteristics? I do think there's an association there,
but I mean, like,
because that's kind of like what some people like when people who are not really into anime, when they look from the outside looking in, they're like, yo, like these guys are like just a bunch of beta male. Like,
I have the same
people watch cartoons.
I have to have the same misconception, and I think I have to like,
But why is it? My question is, why is it associated?
Because I think it's because like when I see it, I feel like it's just a small group of like the people that go like to Comic-Con and whatnot, and you just like grab that and you generalize. Me, you, and that's something I got to work on as well. So it's not like But
would you say there is a lot of guys that are kind of like that are attracted to anime?
Dude,
like would you say there is like a correlation essentially? Kind of
correlation between. I mean,
like why are they associated as like beta males or like nerds?
Okay, so what I will say is that anime, a lot of the time, there is a lot of objectification and like of women, and also a like sort of utopian like male. There is a lot of like male fantasy in anime, which I kind of get sick and tired of it, and people can see it in a lot of shows where like a lot of characters are unnecessarily sexualized. But then again, bro, like let's be fucking honest, that happens in a lot of fucking American TV as well.
Oh, of course, yeah.
A lot of, but
why specifically with the anime genre is there a lot of these like guys, like I said, that are like associated with like being like nerds or looking like nerds from the outside eyes?
At how the fucking characters look in the show, bro. Like, let's be honest, this shit looks like some.
But nobody looks like that.
Nickelodeon type shit.
Nobody looks like that.
Same thing with superheroes and comics. No one really looks like that. That's just hypersexual. Not hyper.
Well, also people who watch animes are probably into comic books.
Yeah.
Right? And then these guys are essentially associated. Like
it's a world. It's an escape.
Exactly. Maybe that's why they're associated, because it's escapism, and they spend a lot of time escaping instead of facing reality.
But that's like
real life.
Like Neo was saying before. It's like sort of like a surface level. Like you're looking at that shit. Like you're not looking at bro.
But why are would you say that most guys in that genre that really only mostly consume that? Why are they linked to that? Why are they linked like that?
When I think of people that like anime, I think of like a big dude with like a neck beard. But you know what I also associate that kind of guy with? People that listen to metal. That's the thing, and that's coming from where I'm at.
Bro, the guy of anime, you see him, a guy with a beard?
Yeah, like a neck beard.
Like a neck beard. Like you know the South Park meme with the fat guy with the gray shirt playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's like those types of people.
Yeah, that's why it's associated.
But I would say that it's different now.
That's gamers too.
No, but I would associate like anime now with, bro. I associate anime with gym rats. But you don't see a lot of TikToks where it's like people have like Vegeta speech over like a like gym shit.
Yes.
You know, I see a lot of TikToks where it's like people that like are doing like anime. Bro, anime is very integrated into pop culture now. I feel like this conversation that we're having is very outdated, because there is a lot of like rappers right now that reference fucking Juice WRLD references a lot of Dragon Ball Z, a lot of Naruto.
Trippy Red. Should be read. Also
also
about
references
anime.
like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto a lot. Like I feel like it's so integrated into our culture now. It's like it's not really like a valid conversation to have. Now, if we want to, I feel like a valid conversation.
Really? So you don't think most of the men in these community are kind of like display like beta male behaviors, or do you think there's not even correlated at all?
I would say that you could apply that mantra to just as many industries. You could say that, for example, like you could talk about that in terms of like people that game all day. You could talk about for people that are gamers. You could talk about that for people that are comic stands, that people that just sit at home and watch like DC and Marvel all day. You could say, for example, that, these girls that they watch those, like they listen to those crime podcasts, or they watch these Netflix series about serial killers that, bro, all of them have this Stockholm syndrome and they want to just like fuck killers. You know what I mean? Like you're making generalizations that aren't really like based.
But you see, why is that a thing? Why is a woman who watches serial killer associated with like Stockholm thing?
Because what all these generalizations have in common is it's coming from people that don't actually have the time to sit down and watch the content and to see it for everything of what it is.
Same thing you were telling me in the car right there when we saw Andrew Tate, I believe.
Yeah,
I really don't like him. That's just me projecting because I don't know. I'm not gonna sit down and watch all that stuff.
Well, for me, it's like I've actually watched anime. You know what I'm saying? I am not as big as a fan as he is, right? But I have actually put a lot of time into it. And what I've realized is that essentially, like you said, it is integrated a lot with male fantasy, and it does over-sexualize women. And I feel essentially that like a lot of the characters in there do portray strength, but sometimes maybe at a young age, I'm over-consuming this. I'm over-consuming anime, then it leads to comic books, and it leads to gaming. And I'm putting so much time into it. Like, remember we were talking about earlier, maybe I'm putting 80% of my time in these things and 20% on self-improvement, that I'm not even going out and talking to girls. I'm just sitting at home waiting for the next manga to come out, and it's maybe like an unhealthy obsession. And maybe that just has to do with, you can apply that kind of thing to anything, not just anime. Like anything, anything that you overconsume. Anything that you overconsume.
To make. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, with that being said, like, as someone that fucking loves this type of shit, it's like the stories are so interesting. Like they're in, like the themes are so interesting, and the delivery and the way that they talk about themes, it's so powerful, bro. Like the pain arc for Naruto, the Akatsuki arc for Naruto, Itachi's backstory, Attack on Titan, Aaron's backstory, what happens to Aaron in season 4 is fucking wild. Hunter x Hunter, like Gon's evolution.
Okay, a bunch of character development.
Dude, like there's shit that goes on that it's like, okay, like even with all of that, and the only reason why I brought that up is because I thought that's what you were talking about, but that's not all of anime. Like it's like once you get into it,
the only reason why I really brought it up was because I do notice that in the writing and the storytelling, it is very like emotionally powerful and driven, right? That I just feel like it can kind of make, you heard the term incels, right? From all this red pill and shit like that.
Sure.
That it can kind of almost like create like these incels almost. But maybe that is a far stretch. But what I'm saying is that like, that is just the question.
Could it be just a thing of culture? That we're not ingrained in Japanese culture, so maybe that's something that's how they express themselves. You know what I mean?
Like incels?
No,
or just
like
just,
through like
Japanese people are.
That's what I'm like. Is that what you're saying?
They fuck. Look at China, bro. They fuck.
They clip billions. They
Indians
fuck, bro.
Fuck.
They fuck.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, I mean like probably like the way they kind of let off their emotions like through anime. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
could be a culture thing.
I think
maybe we don't get it.
Some
people do.
Yeah, I think it is the overconsumption of it can essentially give you these incel traits, but that is also an overconsumption with anything, not just anime. Yeah. But like I said, the only reason why I really brought it up was because of the way they tell the stories can be so emotional, that I do see that correlation between like emotional incels that heavily consume anime, comic books, and gaming. You get what I'm saying? Like, because these guys, why are they beta males? Because they're so emotional. They're not willing to really stand up and be realistic and logical about how they're going to go about getting what they want. And that all ties into discipline, right? You need to be disciplined with what you want. You need to be able to tell yourself, hey, I'm not going to watch the fucking manga. I'm not going to read the manga right now. You know what I'm saying? I've set a time for myself to read it. And then 90% of the day, I'm doing other self-improvement shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's like that's kind of like a guilty pleasure. So once I've done everything throughout the day, I've earned that. I've earned the right to watch these fucking episodes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got my money. I've made sure my girl is good. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I touch base with my people. I make sure I'm fucking working on my podcast and editing. Once those things are fucking done, then I've earned the ability to sit down and watch my fucking anime or smoke my fucking blunt. Like that's just the way I see it. So I think this is a great, healthy conversation. Anything else you want to add, son?
Y'all should watch anime, bro.
No, I'm definitely planning on watching fucking Attack on Titan. I already showed you that I was, and I'm definitely planning on finishing
watch
it.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's on my list, man. I gotta get on that.
Yeah,
I gotta allocate 5%,
5%, 5%,
10%.
Doable, fair.
I'll look into it.
Done. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another episode of Jesus. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe down below, and we out. Peace.